Good morning, world. I'm Harrison Laine, the fucker who does fuck-ups. It's Christmas time, and I've just checked my Christmas list. Christmas movie list. Christmas movie list. The movies that are up for Christmas. And I found out that the next movie I'm going to do is Home Alone. Oh, thank God I can review a good movie. What? The list said I'm going to do Home Alone. What am I going to review now? Okay, it's not as good as the first one. I mean, it's much more cruel than the first one, but it wasn't terrible. Oh God, don't tell me I have to review Home Alone 3! That movie just blew. It had nothing to do with the first two. My God, let's just get this train wreck over with. What? There are only 3 Home Alone movies! The list said there was going to be a Home Alone movie after review. Oh God. No! Oh God! Yes, there is a 4th Home Alone movie. I never knew this was actually possible. If you thought the 3rd movie was bad, that actually had some freshness to it. This has the original characters from the first 2 movies and is actually worse. This is a straight-to-DVD release that not only destroys the dignity of the series, but is just horribly cheap. So, let us just swallow our dignity and go across Home Alone 4. So the movie starts off with the McAllister family, with the parents divorced. Wow, just 12 seconds into this movie and they figure out how to botch up the series. This is gonna suck, isn't it? Here, we get to see our main character, Kevin, but he's played by a completely different kid. And he is far, far more different than when Culkin played him. He is much, much more irritating than he was.
Merry Christmas! Last Christmas, huh? Yeah.
Last Christmas, huh? I remember more relatives in the last movie.
Put cookies and milk out for Santa. It's gonna be just the same.
Yeah, I wish. Other than the fact that there are no original actors from the first 2 movies, character fuck-ups in a cheap-looking film to an otherwise classic movie franchise.
Oh, I know you miss your dad.
And he loves me very much. You both do. And it has nothing to do with me.
Did he tell you that?
I'm 9 years old.
Well, wait a minute. In the first movie, Kevin said he was 8. In the second movie, he said he was 10. I know what you're thinking. The movie is squeezed between the first 2 movies, but there was no announcement of that. There was no announcement that this was an interquel, which is a sequel in between sequels. If that were the case, how come there was no mention of a divorce in the second Home Alone movie? Hell, there was no indication in the first movie that there were any problems between the parents. 5 minutes into this movie and it already sucks! Fuck it. So his brother and sister, Megan and Buzz, who, despite this being an interquel, look younger than they did in the first movie, spend their time picking on Kevin. Then the father arrives and, despite being divorced, has a key to their house.
Okay, gosh, the place looks great. Really nice decoration.
Same as every year.
Wow, our house looks much smaller than it used to. So the parents talk alone about their lives as he has some big news.
Gosh, I wasn't going to jump right into it, but yeah. Well, you know, Natalie and I are living together, and well, when our divorce is final, I'm going to marry her.
Yeah, it's a good thing they get back together in Home Alone 2. It turns out he's there to ask the kids if he wants to go stay with him and his fiancée at the big house. Which is where the family should have lived, shouldn't they? Megan and Buzz say no to his offer, so it's up to Kevin.
There's a royal family coming to visit. They have a son around your age. Actually, you might have a chance to play with a crown prince.
A crown prince?
Wouldn't that be cool?
I think I'm gonna pass. It just wouldn't be right leaving the family at Christmas. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, that's why I got a divorce from the family, so I could be closer to you guys. Well, that's nice of Kevin, staying with his mother for the holiday, showing what family is about, until he goes to his father's house later on after his brother picks on him. So yeah, I'll have to say that was completely pointless. Yeah, Kevin decides to run away from home because he feels unappreciated. Guess he didn't learn after the event of the first Home Alone, did he? So he decides to spend Christmas at his father's house. Then we are shown a familiar face, Kerry from the first 2 movies. Originally played by Joe Pesci and now played by French Stewart. But there's no Marv here because he's, I don't know, jail, quit, take your pick. And here he is with his wife, Vera, played by Missy Pryl. They're looking at his father's fiancé's house so they can rob it. Yeah, worked so well the first time, didn't it?
Just when things were getting good. Nice house, huh, Pumpkin?
Sure is, Mom.
Whoa! Marv? No, movie. You fucked up the characters. You want me to tell you the difference? Harry was the one with the hat, the mugging face, and was a lot shorter. Marv had weird hair, was tall and lanky, and had facial hair. You fucked them up completely! And for that matter, neither of them mentioned having a wife in the other movies they were in. So, what the hell? Wow, are you getting one thing right? Do you really think no one would notice the horrible stuffing you're giving to these movies? You horrible waste of eggnog! Well, there is a change of plans instead of just stealing stuff.
My robbery days are over. Look, darling, we're moving up to the big money, all right? The easy money. No middleman, your profit. Strictly a class operation, huh? 3 words, Vera. Kid, Nat, thing. We're gonna wait for the royals to arrive. Doop-doop-doody-do. And then we're gonna kidnap the prince. Oh, don't kidnap me, I'm fancy.
You're better off stealing things from the house than getting put in prison for something worse than stealing possessions, you moron! So Kevin arrives at the house. Again, where the family should be living at. Sadly, that doesn't happen, but Kevin is invited in, meeting his father and fiancée, Natalie.
Hey! Oh, I thought you said you weren't coming.
That's why I didn't tell you my address, but somehow you found where I live. It turns out that this is a smart house, meaning with some kind of key, the house will do a command, whether it's opening a door or turning on a fireplace. So 2 people are introduced, Molly the maid, and Mr. Prescott, a mean old grump of a butler.
Wow, I think I'm gonna like it here.
Wow, I think I'm going to hate you!
Go ahead, you try.
Door open.
Wow, the door opened before he finished the command, didn't it? In fact, why do you need to tuck in a key to do the most simplest things? Wait a minute. Change movie.
Wow, I think I'm gonna like
Ah! Go back to the movie! Go back to Home Alone 4!
Hi, Natalie. I hope you don't mind me just dropping in like this. My dad did invite me.
Yes, I know.
That's much better
So is
after
the
the
invitation still open?
cool
Of
room
course
thing.
it is.
So this is Kevin's room. Looks pretty cool for the 2000s, even though this movie is apparently after Home Alone 1, and fuck it.
Oh, yeah! This is so cool!
Think you'll be comfortable here?
Oh, see?
Ah yes, this is what family is all about. Buying one's love. Yes indeed. Not too late to die, people! Back at home, his mother doesn't know he's gone to his father's, but, thankfully, he happens to call her when she's in his room.
Kate, I want to let you know Kevin just got here.
Oh, thank God. He got there safely. I was gonna call you, but,
You okay?
Oh my god, just get back together already! We don't need to see any more forced not in love but still in love scenes. Just get back together! So the next day, Kevin wakes up to find the Christmas tree up and presents under it.
would you like to open one?
No, you're going to spoil him.
Dad, it's her house. If she wants to spoil me, she can spoil me.
All right.
Does it really fly?
It really does, but only outside. We don't want to break anything.
Wow, thanks, Natalie.
Again, buying one's love. He's gonna end up a spoiled bitch, isn't he? It turns out that the couple have to go out for a while, leaving Kevin alone with Prescott and nice old Molly.
Do you think we'll have a white Christmas?
It's highly unlikely, given the recent unseasonable temperatures.
What's this thing?
It's called a dumbwaiter,
Why is it called a waiter?
because it carries food.
Why is it called dumb?
Because that's what you're gonna be if you don't shut the hell up! Kevin then goes to a room that says no entry, so according to the movie rulebook of idiot little kids, they go in anyways. He sees that there's a small room that has a TV monitor that looks over the house through cameras. But Prescott comes in and tells him to get lost, so he bothers Molly for a little bit.
Hey, Molly, what you doing?
What does she do? What the fuck do you think she's doing? She's cleaning the goddamn house! What other oblivious actions do you have to ask about? Hey mister, what you doing?
Open sesame.
Wow, this place is awesome.
Wow, your acting's terrible.
Yes, it is.
Ah! We got a boy dancing terribly to a James Brown song while doing stupid silly things. Could it get any worse? Go to the next scene! Go to the next scene! So, after the musical montage padding, You know it to be true. Molly has to leave for a while, leaving Kevin alone with Prescott. Meanwhile, the two robbers wait outside to hatch up a plan.
She's out of the house. All right. Coast is clear. Let's go.
Wait, are you sure it's safe?
Pumpkin, would I take you in there if it wasn't safe?
Well, you did play an alien for 5 years. No one's really safe around you. The robbers sneak in through the gate, but not when Kevin spots them.
No, it can't be. It is! It's Marv!
No, it's Harry!
Hello!
Either way, it's still Harry. So, Marv and Vera go into the house since he has a key to it. While Kevin goes to hide, the robbers go in to have a look in his room. Well, he wants to protect the house and now he's destroying it. You know, there's a more subtle way of getting them out of the house. How about the next time you see a cockroach in your room, why don't you just blow up the goddamn house?
Mr. Prescott! Mr. Prescott!
You!
Hello, Marv.
It's not Marv, it's Harry! Look, I'll show you! Harry, Marv! Harry, Marv! Harry, Marv! They don't look anything alike, you fucking twit!
Let's get out of here before somebody sees us.
Yeah, I think we got the lay of the land. I'll be back!
Hey, Marv, why can't you just take the kid? I mean, you could leave a ransom note for his father, who is dating a rich woman, or they'll pay you to kill this annoying little brat. Of course, the robbers leave just as the couple get back to the house. What the fuck, did she just climax? So of course the couple don't believe Kevin and think he's acting up. Later, Kevin goes into the room, which Prescott told him not to go into, to check the footage. Turns out that the footage of the robber isn't there, so Kevin thinks that Prescott turned off the cameras. This movie is really cheap, isn't it? Way to force the classic scream in a scene that doesn't need it. And what an obnoxious scream, too. Here's Kevin from Home Alone. Now, they can't even get the scream right. Or the camera angles. Luckily, before things get rough, Molly comes in and takes Kevin away.
Thank you for saving me, Molly.
Prescott is a good person to stay away from.
You're telling me. He's one of the bad guys.
Oh gee, is it like that scary man from Home Alone, the scary woman from Home Alone 2, when the kid thinks they're bad but really they're nice? This movie is throwing me on so many loops. So yes, because the cameras were turned off when the robbers were in the house, and because Prescott was nowhere to be seen during then, Kevin believes that there is an inside man in the house because the thieves have a key to the house. And if you're stupid enough to think that Prescott is a bad guy, I apologize for your death. Meanwhile, his father is concerned with Kevin and he talks to his wife-to-be about it.
I think we just need to figure out a way to make him feel more at home here. Maybe do some of the Christmas things he's used to doing, like trimming the tree.
Leaving him alone in the house during Christmas with dangerous people around the house, he's kind of used to that. So the family decides to decorate the trees to make him feel better. Isn't this wonderful? Pat this out. There's no need for us to see classic slapstick involving a kid of thieves. I want to see more of this! Did I mention that this was never in the other movies? But the fun stops when Natalie has to go to a party, which leaves Kevin and his father. Oh no, I thought you guys were going to go out caroling! I wanted so much more patting!
I didn't leave your mom to be with Natalie, okay? And that just kind of happened later. Adult relationships are just complicated. Sometimes when two people get married really young, like your mom and I did, you just end up feeling kind of...
You missed out on some things.
Isn't this what you wanted to see in this movie? Conversations about family? I mean, yeah, there were conversations about families in the other movies, but they weren't this forced. So Kevin and his father finish their conversation and finish decorating the tree. However, when he and his father wake up the next morning, the tree looks different.
I have a standing appointment with the tree decorators every year, and in all the excitement, I forgot to cancel. Are you ever going to forgive me?
You ruined a part of my childhood. I'll forgive you when you're dead. Back at Kevin's other house, his mother goes out to get some things for Kevin.
Hey, Mom, where are you going?
I'm going to take Kevin some things. Mom, where are you going? He doesn't have any clean clothes with him, and I'm sure he doesn't have any toys to play with.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with her checking out his new main squeeze. So Kevin's siblings and his mother go over to her ex's home and, well, here's I'm not in love with you, but I still am scene number 3.
Oh, God, hey, let me get that.
Well, I wasn't even sure he could even sleep without him.
Gosh, you know what? I cannot believe he hasn't even asked for it. We were driving down the highway, like, really in a hurry, going somewhere. Of course, Kevin thinks, oh, possibly Teddy might want a little fresh air, right?
So he rolls down the window and out flies Teddy.
Yeah, he was ballistic. He was crying. He was so upset. It was, oh, my God.
So Peter pulls over and I get out to retrieve the bear.
I still can't believe you did that.
Enough of these scenes! You guys divorced and yet you're totally still in love with each other! Stop it! Do you guys know what you want? I know what I want! For this movie to be a proper Home Alone movie! We only had 9, maybe 10 minutes of the robbers, but even then, we only see an original robber, and even then the character is mixed up. What is wrong with you, movie? So after Kevin's family leaves, Natalie and his father leave the house to pick up the royal family. While he's in the kitchen, guess who Prescott lets through the back door? Wow, this movie is really bad. The obnoxious zoom-in shots, the forced dialogue. This is really, really cheap. Also, don't you just love the fact that these people look like caterers? Look at that. Harry doesn't even take his hat off. What else is next? Your job will consist of cooking, cleaning, and tending to everybody else's needs. Is there any other questions? Good, you're hired.
Mr. Prescott! Mr. Prescott!
Hush, you. I'll get him out of your way. Thank you.
It's the burglars!
Why are you telling Prescott that it's the burglars? You think he's with them too! Get your priorities straight! So Kevin runs away from Prescott, who goes after him, and Kevin traps him in a freezer, and he's off to look for the robbers. Meanwhile, Natalie and Kevin's father talk to each other in their limo.
Carmelina, how are you?
What?
Oh, no. They're snowed in. Their flight's been canceled.
What are we going to do now? It's going to be just an ordinary party.
Christmas Eve at your place sounds anything but ordinary to me.
It's hardly the party of the season. What if we announce our engagement tonight?
Tonight?
I know we were going to wait till after your divorce was final, but, well, it's only a few weeks away, and your kids already know, and it'll make tonight so special.
Besides, I'm 100% certain that you won't leave me for your ex-wife. I'm absolutely positive that you won't do this. Back at the house, Kevin catches up to the bad guys and hears their plan.
Now, when the prince comes up the bed, bag him. That's right. We kidnap the kidnapper.
You're a genius, Mom.
That's right. Door open. Prince goes in the bag. Bag goes out the window.
Uh-huh.
We climb down the rope. Door closed.
Right.
Everybody in the van. We're gone before they know what hit them.
Beautiful plan, Mom.
So, like an idiot, Marv puts his wife in the bag to test out the questionable trap.
Mom.
Oh! Don't worry, honey. I got you.
Door open. Get out and stay out.
So Kevin records their dialogue after the robbers are out of the house and does the smart thing and brings in the police. Oh, I'm sorry. He waits for the robbers to come back in the house so he can stop them.
Kill him!
What the fuck?! Okay. This scene is really stupid. First of all, they're covered in something that came out from those pots. Then how come when they flew up spinning around, not one drop was spilled? In a real situation, if the pot spun around in the air like that, the substance wouldn't stay perfectly still inside. All of it would fall out. Second of all, why is it when the pots flew up, they made airplane sound effects? Are they in a war? What sense does that make? Third, what's this movie called? Right, so it has to follow the formula. The pranks have to be done when no one is home, not when there are people in the next room. Why are you doing so many things wrong?
Peter and I are engaged.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, you can't just hit the face of a door and go flying across the room. Not everything you do is a pratfall.
Christ! I was frozen today!
God, this is forcing everything from the first two movies, isn't it? Like it's trying to do what the first Home Alone movies did. Well, it's not really good if you force it into the scenario and cheapen it even more with an obnoxious close-up shot. So Kevin is in trouble again for the incident at dinner.
Kevin, I know what's going on here.
You do?
Yeah. You're out to destroy my relationship with Natalie.
Oh, she's mine! Mine! You're just jealous.
I want you to go to your room and think about what you've done.
Hey, quick question. What about that recording thing that recorded your conversation with the bad guys? Show your father that evidence, he'll figure it out, call the cops, the kid will give a description, and the movie will be over. So because no one believes his robber story, he sets up traps like in the first two movies, knowing full well that the robbers will be back, while his father and Natalie are still in the house. Kid, just wait until they're out of the house. What would happen if one of them had to go back in the house to get something? Honey, I have to get my coat. I'll be right back. So his father and Natalie go out to pick up the royal family, giving our two numbnuts here to sneak into the place. So Kevin, still thinking that Prescott is the inside man, tricks him.
Natalie said we need to get some wine from the basement for the royal family. I know we got off to a bad start, but things can be better. Much better. 'Cause you're down there and I'm up here.
Excuse me a minute, but how dumb is this waiter? He gets locked up in the freezer and now he's locked up in the cellar. Can he be any more stupid? Hey, look over there! Fine. Then Molly arrives to the scene and Kevin explains the situation.
The kidnappers are coming, but this time I'm one step ahead of them, and I locked their accomplice in the basement. Is this a perfect plan or what?
It would be, dear, except for one thing. Prescott is not their accomplice. I am.
What? Oh, I did not see that coming.
Hey, Mom.
Okay, I did not see that coming. So Kevin is stuck in the cellar room with Mr. Prescott. So Kevin tries to call for help on Prescott's dialing cell phone and reaches his brother.
Hello, Bud?
Kevin, is that you?
Yeah, I'm calling from a cell phone.
Oh, a cell phone. Good for you, puke face. Is that another present she gave you? What a show off.
I'll try again. Buzz, before you hang up, I need to tell you something. I need to talk to Mom.
Okay, you told me.
I'll try again later.
Call the police, you fucking moron! You called your brother twice and didn't think to call the cops? The cops?! So it turns out Prescott had turned off the cameras at times because he goes down to drink whenever Natalie is out, since Natalie is kind of a bitch. Nice. The times you turned off the cameras, there are burglars in the house. I don't see any cameras in here, so what's the deal? Making the kid a liar so he can get drunk? You are the worst butler ever. With the battery dying, he makes one more call to his mother, not the police.
Hello?
Mom?
Kevin! Wait, Kevin, I can't hear you.
It's probably because I'm locked in a wine cellar.
No, honey, I can't hear you.
Mom, are you there?
Sweetheart!
Are you there, Mom?
Kevin!
Mom?
Carter! Lee! Carter! Lee! Carter!
Are
No!
you there, Mom?
Kevin!
Mom?
Can you hear me now?
The battery's dead.
So Kevin's mother calls the house, asking Molly for Kevin.
Kevin's not here right now. That's strange. He just called. Really? Well, he's out with his father and Miss Natalie.
Oh, we must have called from his dad's cell phone. Okay, thank you.
The smart thing she does is call Mr. McAllister and is informed that Kevin is not with them.
Someone told Kate that Kevin's with us. Maybe I better go back and check on him.
No, that's exactly what he wants. Can't you see the pattern? Every time we leave the house, he pulls something. He's just trying to get your attention and sabotage me.
Well, shouldn't he be worried that he's probably destroying your house? Kevin and Prescott do find a way out of the cellar by using the dumbwaiter, since Kevin is small enough to go up.
You better stay.
Dude, I think your head would be apart from your body if that happened in real life. And here we get to see the pranks from the other movies, except this one is really forced. For example, in the other movies there are handmade traps that the robbers stumble onto. In this one, it's not the same. He's using the technology that's around the house. In this movie, it's cheapened. A lot cheapened. Like, look at this scene. They speed up the movie. None of the other movies did that. Nor do they have any blue screen effects. Not to my knowledge. And while the other movies had at least 12-15 minutes for all these traps, this one only lasts 4. Fuck you, movie.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Good night.
Yeah! Fuck! So everyone gets at the house to see what's going on. But then the bad guys run away and Kevin's siblings trip them up. Okay, you don't trip and fly a whole 50 yards. You're not in long jump. So the cops arrive to arrest the bad guys as everything wraps up.
Seems like we're gonna kidnap the prince. Best we can gather, she's the boss.
She's my maid. I'm her boss.
Well, looks like you're gonna have to find a new maid.
Kid, I really want to kill you. And if you think that this movie couldn't get any more cliched...
I think I mistook infatuation and excitement for love. Look, this is your world, it's not mine. And the whole time I was here, all I did was miss my family. I'm in love with my wife and kids, and I belong with them.
That's right, he's leaving his current wife for his ex-wife. In fact, why the fuck were you divorced if you're going to go back with her anyway? What? Is this an ending for the kids? That's right, children. If your parents get divorced and one of them marries someone rich, they'll realize how much they miss you and they'll get remarried to your mother. What a terrible lesson for the kids!
Young man, how are we ever going to show you our gratitude?
Would your family like to spend Christmas with our family? That sounds cool.
You're going to be with them? Today? On Christmas?
Oh my god, I feel so sorry for her. She was almost going to be part of these a-holes and her fiancé leaves her. Yeah, she's not a good character, but now I feel more remorse for her than anyone in this family.
Music on.
Snowfall.
Wow, it actually is commanded to do things outside of the house. From music outside to commanding God to sprinkle shamefully CGI snow. What a wonderful life. So that was Home Alone 4, or as I like to call it, Fucky Fucky Sucky Suck! What else can you say about this movie? It's awful! The kid is annoying, not to mention obnoxious. The characters are bland, not to mention a bunch of idiots. The continuality issues are off the charts. And this movie is not only insulting to the people who watched this movie, it's not only insulting to the people who watched and grew up with the original movies, but it's also insulting to the movie franchise. Honestly, this movie is hard to watch if you watch the original ones. This movie is not only cheap, but at least a bad taste. Sorry, the worst taste in your mouth. There is no passion, unlike the other movies which had passion. This is just a cheap film. It makes me cringe every time some dumbass TV station shows it and ruins everybody's intelligence. I'm Harrison Laine, the fuck up who's reviewing Christmas movies.